man, Florida.
Florida. Yeah. My goodness.
And to think that we decide the presidential election in a lot of ways, it's like Florida's one of those key states.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't like that in the last election, but
no.
Yeah.
It might be the next one. Yeah.
It could be. It could easily be.
Yeah. We've got so many electoral votes. If they can just, yeah.
Right? How many? Isn't Florida the third most populous? With like 29 million people?
Yeah. I think you're right.
Correctly?
We passed New York, I think, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I think so. It's like California, Texas, Florida now.
21.48 million people. That's as of 2019. So throw in another mill on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of people who live here.
I think, how many people are moving here like every week?
Too many. Too many. There was a good, the Orlando Sentinel, our local paper, which I think does a pretty good job and is about to get taken over, I think, by a big giant company that's going to gut them. But
oh no,
they've been doing an interesting series about Disney because it's the 50th. I think it's the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And they did an article about what if Disney never came to Orlando.
Oh, wow.
And asked a bunch of experts what their opinions were.
Oh, what did they think? Like, what were some of the takeaways?
Basically, the takeaway was we would be Lakeland. Like, we would be a nice little town in Florida that no one has ever heard of.
Got it. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, because we're inland. There's no port. There's no ocean. There's really no other reason to be here.
There's gators and that's about it.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Wow. That is very interesting. Yeah. Can you imagine?
No, I don't. I mean,
overall,
go ahead.
Overall, the theme parks have been a big plus, I would say.
I think
they
so.
definitely brought a lot of income into Florida.
Yeah, they brought a lot of money, a lot of visitors.
Mm-hmm.
I had family that lived here before the theme park, so that was kind of interesting. Like, I have one great aunt and uncle whose house, I think, was demolished for I-4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When they built I-4, yeah. And they used to live, I had another great aunt and uncle who used to live on 436 out like near Apopka when it was a dirt road.
Yeah.
He used to tell a great story. He went to Forest Lake Academy, a boarding high school, and they used to go to the lake across the road and catch alligators.
Nice.
And put dog collars and leashes on them and walk them around campus. If that's not that is a Florida story. Right?
That's like Florida Man. I can see the headline now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Oh, man.
And coincidentally, that's the high school that we both went to and graduated from.
That is, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's never a dull moment.
Never is. Never is. Have you spent a lot of time in South Florida?
I spent a little time. Like, I actually lived in, what was it? I think it was Coral Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I lived in Coral Springs for a short time. I visited the Keys, although I think I've done that once.
Yeah, me too.
And it's interesting. From Central Florida, the drive to the Keys is like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, it's a long ways.
It is a terribly long way. So it seems like it should be closer, but Florida actually is a pretty tall state.
It is. Yeah.
So I haven't done a ton in South Florida, I would say. I mean, I've hit Miami a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
I haven't spent much time there at all. I feel like I should. Miami. It seems like Miami's becoming a little bit of a tech hub.
Oh, interesting. Really?
Recently anyway. Maybe it's just during the pandemic, people are moving there and working remotely. But I've seen
I
a few
see.
things talking about that. Yeah. And I mean, recently I've only spent a few, like I had a couple of long layovers there. And
Got it.
just went and got some good Cuban food, which is one of the things I love about Florida.
There you go.
Get a good Cuban coffee. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Cuban coffee.
So good.
What do they put in that stuff?
Their espresso is
Yes.
they do like, it's the only coffee I like with sugar.
Right?
They like crema the sugar. They like put a little coffee in there and then you whip it up. And then you put the rest of the espresso in. Oh, it's so good.
Is that how they do it? I forget where I was visiting, but I had something like that. And I could literally feel the caffeine like coursing through my veins.
Yes.
Like I became superhuman for a very short time.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Every now and then I've got a local Cuban place not too far away. And every now and then I go just for that sometimes.
Well,
it's so good.
Sounds like we're going to have to do that sometime soon.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Now we can, CDC says we can go to restaurants, right?
I'm fully vaxxed. You're fully vaxxed.
Yeah.
It looks like, yes, finally we can start having a little more normal of a life.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I'm going to like it any better.
Yeah, no. I'll still stay away from everyone.
Yeah, I mean, people, they're the worst.
Right. So my behavior won't change ever.
Yeah,
but
mine probably won't either.
But I can, and that just makes it better.
You can if you really, really want to.
Exactly. I literally just unboxed this.
That's incredible.
It literally just arrived at the door.
Wow. So that's a full frame, right?
Full frame. So the big advantage over what I'm recording with now is a low light performance.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The ability for it to shoot well in low light is drastically better. And the ISO performance, which I guess is the same. It's really all in one when you talk about low light. And the autofocus. So it has an option where you can turn on eye autofocus for animals.
That's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And it will do, I think, 20 frames a second electronic and 12 frames a second mechanical shutter.
Okay.
So all the things that I'm now realizing are extremely important when it comes to wildlife or macro. Anything that's moving.
Yeah.
That jumps around, that's flying, which is any animal or insect ever. I need to shoot a lot of frames. I need any type of autofocus is beneficial. Yeah. And then the lighting situation is going to change on a dime.
Yeah.
So if I have something where I can jump to crazy ISO ranges and still get a clean image.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's 45 megapixels.
Cool. Oh my goodness.
So I'll be able to crop in and, it's 50% more than what I have now. I'll be able to crop in and get a really amazing photo out of that.
That's cool. Have you been out to the Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive?
No.
Oh, you got to take it. I would go this weekend.
So, where I was going to go? I was going to go to Bear Pond Trail. Have you been to Bear Pond?
No, I haven't been there.
So it's in Sanford. It's right next to the St. Johns River. It's a 7-mile hike.
Yes, I have. Black Bear, little Black Bear Loop. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to go there. Yeah, exactly. So it's right by the water. So you're going to get, potentially a lot of gator.
Yeah, we saw some big gators out there.
Yep. There's going to be birds. There's going to be plenty of snakes.
Yeah.
I hear they on the website for the Florida park. like the national park.
Yeah.
It has in like all caps, watch where you step.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, it should have been flashing in red, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say that's, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's a pretty good after party.